This is a video for Vision Commerce. It's an overview of the sales delivery process. Where the warehouse process requires it, or where you have a warehouse that specifically uses rotation numbers, you will have to undertake the deliver orders. This can be found under the green lorry icon in the sales menu under processing. It's the middle icon. When you open the screen, you're presented with a deliver order screen, and you can simply say search, and it will give you a list of all the orders that are remaining and are outstanding. As you can see, this has selected the very top item, order number 274, and on the right hand side you can see the order line details and what the system thinks should be allocated to that order, the quantity ordered, the quantity allocated, and it's waiting for an input into the delivered fields at the end. We already pre-fill these for you, but please remember that if that quantity was not delivered, you will need to update the number of units, number of singles, and the date if you wish to change anything. If you are linked with an EDI warehouse, then you can simply wait for the file coming from the warehouse. This should automate the entire process for you. It will automatically check for the lines, check for the rotations, check for the stock availability, and if everything agrees, it will automatically allocate and say the line has been delivered. The screen section on the bottom here will allow you to see the contents of the file. Now, the only time you really see an EDI file contents in the bottom here is if the system has been unable to automatically confirm the delivery. There are a few circumstances where this can happen. One of the common ones is that the warehouse have sent it out using two different rotation numbers, or using a rotation number different to the one that you expected, or quite simply that some stock returned, which is then sent back out to a new customer, and you don't actually have the stock returned back on your system at that point. So you will have to manually process those items. Should an issue on a line be identified, you can actually see that there will be an issue on the line, and you can see that there's a checkbox here that will be ticked, and that shows you where an EDI file has arrived and there's an issue that you need to address. If you don't need to address anything, and you can see here, and you want to confirm that this order has been delivered using this rotation number, you can simply say the deliver selected. That will automatically take that line and mark it as delivered. Now, there are a few other functions here where you can make changes to orders. You can do things such as cancelling a specific line. That will cancel it from the entire order, unallocate it, and remove it. You've just got to remember, if you've already sent it to the warehouse, you have to do the same there. You can also unallocate the lines. Unallocation takes it back to a previous process before you allocated it. Again, you have to remember, if you're going to do this, the warehouse already may have this order line at their end. They may already be picking it. So any changes you make here, you have to be 100% confidence that they are correct. The buttons on the left hand side under the order allow you to do the same functionality as the right hand ones, except this is for the entire order. On the right hand, they're for the line that you've selected. On the left side, they're for the entire order you've selected. And in this one, you can cancel the entire order, unallocate the entire order. You can, if you've got a carrier, you can cancel the carrier consignment. So if there's a carrier system built into it and you have this licensed, you will be able to cancel the carrier consignment. The other alternative is you can actually say deliver order. And if I take this one order here, I can then click the deliver order, and if there was any issues, it would come up and say to me, there's an issue, it can't deliver the order. Generally, the issue would come back saying that rotation number can't fulfill the order because there is no stock left. And you'll notice the order has vanished, and I'm now left with the next order, which is number 275. And on this one, I can simply go, and I could actually make a change on this one and say that 1 and 1 were finally delivered, and I want to deliver that order, it will then take both of those lines, it will deliver it one bottle short, and the invoice will be in to the customer will also be one bottle less than what was on the original order. You notice on this one, the order quantity is 2 cases and it has been split between 2 separate rotation numbers. I've now selected order 5299 and you can see on 5299 that I ordered 1 case of this product. We allocated 1 case of the product, and below we've got an EDI response from the warehouse telling us that they dispatch this particular rotation of 1 case. And if I look at the status on it, says it's unable to find the rotation. This is because this duty paid stock was returned and has not been landed on my system, VC, Vision Commerce, and at this point I cannot actually make the confirmation that this delivery is taking place. I would need to go and land the stock back onto the system, or do a stock adjustment, or do a sales return, ensuring that this rotation number has been added onto the system. If at any point you're not sure about what rotations you have on the system, you can simply go to the rotation field, press F11, and this will bring you up a list of all the rotations which are available for this product. On this one, I'm actually going to suggest that 20D00838, the top item here, was the stock that was actually used. So double click on it, it autofills the rotation. On this one I can say deliver order, and at this point it will completely ignore what the warehouse has said. Now obviously this will take your stock out of alignment from the warehouse, so you've got to be careful. You can't just decide it's going to come from a different rotation number. But if I hit deliver order on this one now, order number 5299 will now complete and it will be available for invoicing. Any orders that I deliver order in here, I can then go to the sales order, SOP documents, and when I click on that, it will open up the invoice window. However, just prior to doing that, I'll take you to an order here where you can see there's a line that has been grayed out. The reason that that line is grayed out is because that line on that order has been successfully delivered. The remaining lines have not been successfully delivered at this point. So every time you can say, I want to commit this line and say deliver it, it will then mark that line in grey as well. What I've done is I selected the third line and marked that as deliver selected, and you notice that that has now confirmed the third line on the order and it says it's now delivered. In theory, if you're only looking at allocation date up to yesterday, you will only see orders which are outstanding, and if the EDI file coming from the warehouse has done everything it's supposed to, there should be nothing showing at all in the queue awaiting. You do find there is sometimes a delay for orders which are going under bond, exports, and transfers within the warehouse, because these get held up by the receiving customer not providing a product code where the customer insists on using their own product code. So sometimes these take a little bit longer to come through on the electronic file. So once you've confirmed all the deliveries, you should find that your invoices awaiting generation and posting includes all of those deliveries that you have marked as delivered from this screen.